Hey, Pearl, what is this all about? What's going on? I just saw you rush right by me like something was chasing you or something like that. Is everything okay? Oh, Lisa, this is perfect. I'm so happy that you messaged me right now. I can't stand to be with that man for another single second. Do you hear me? That man? You're not talking about Jeremy, are you? What happened? I mean, you and Jeremy are supposed to be getting married tomorrow. How can you not be happy with him? I just mean, why should a woman as beautiful and successful and amazing as me have to put up with such a horrible man like that? I mean, it's not like he comes from a bad family or anything like that at all, but he's just so stupid and completely useless. I just can't bring myself to like him no matter how hard I try to. All he ever does is really piss me off. Oh, wow, I had no idea that you felt this way about Jeremy at all. But why did you let things get this far then? Why not cut this whole thing short earlier? Well, it's because I know that Dad really wants me to marry this guy, but I also know that it's only because Dad wants the business connections he'll get from having our families be wed. And I thought I could stick through this for the good of the family, but I'm seriously at my limit right now. I just refuse to marry someone that fat and ugly. You really think that Jeremy can't take care of himself? He seems like such a nice, sincere guy to me. I don't know, I was also so impressed that you were able to land someone like him, to be honest. Why were you taken up with him? You really don't know anything about him at all, and that shows it. But he really is just such a fatty. I mean, can you believe that he actually eats the crust of his pizzas? How could someone do that? Please don't tell me that's actually something that you're even remotely upset about. Anyways, maybe you're just getting the pre-wedding jitters, but I'm sure they'll pass. And if the only problems you have with Jeremy are aesthetic, then I'm sure they'll pass in due time. You really don't have any idea what you're talking about at all, do you? Just why in the world are you trying to stick up for a loser like him? He's not nice, he's not sincere, he's not handsome. He looks like some kind of freakish monster straight out of a horror movie. He looks like Frankenstein. You do know that Frankenstein was actually the doctor, right? The monster wasn't actually called... Oh, never mind. I don't care about what the monster was called. You know what I'm talking about, you nerdy little bookworm. In fact, you know Jeremy is something of a nerd himself. I bet that you two would make a much better couple than him and I would. He's always reading some dumb sci-fi book or playing video games with his friends. He's just always doing some silly indoor activity and I can't stand it. Most of the time, he's just at his computer typing. Well, I thought Jeremy told us when he came over that he's always wanted to try his hand at writing, right? I know that. Not only that, but he even told me that he really has no interest in taking over his family's company at all. But if he's not going to do that, then what's the point of even marrying him? Pearl, please, I think that you're being really unfair right now. I mean, do you really feel that way about Jeremy? I'm just saying that we were supposed to have another meeting today about our wedding, and I just can't bring myself to go. What about you? What if you go in my place? What do you mean? You really want me to be making decisions about your own wedding? Look, Dad wants me to marry Jeremy more than anything, okay? Remember that this is also that our families and businesses can come together. Heck, you could even marry Jeremy for all I care. I don't think Dad really cares as long as it's one of us and the wedding actually happens. Hold on a second, Pearl. Are you really telling me that you don't care if I marry your fiancé? You two are literally getting married tomorrow. I don't think that you should be talking about him like this. I'm just saying that a guy like him doesn't deserve and wouldn't even know what to do with a girl of my caliber. I need a good and handsome man with lots and lots of money. In fact, I already know there's got to be someone out there waiting for me, and that's why you saw me running off. So, anyways, I want you to stand in for me at my wedding tomorrow, and you can go ahead and marry that fat, ugly pig Jeremy. Pearl, I don't know what to say. Oh, thank you so much. You both really are freaks. Do you know that? I can't believe that you actually think it's a good thing to be getting my sloppy seconds like that. But then again, it's not like you two are going to be able to find anyone better looking than each other and still manage to make it work. I really just don't understand why you're being so nasty, Pearl. I really would have thought that you'd know better than to judge someone so harshly for their appearance. And just what else is there to judge him about? Besides, how can I care about the person he is on the inside when he looks so bad on the outside? Well, if you ask me, people who are ugly on the inside always end up showing it on their face, like you. Excuse me? Was that you trying to insult me? You know that I went to one of the top schools in the country, right? Not only that, but our family background means that I am certainly a winner in life. Well, you do realize that you and I come from the same family, don't you? So I don't know what you're trying to say there. I don't really care what you have to say to me as long as you end up marrying Jeremy and I don't. That way, we can still make Dad happy and I don't have to subject myself to being with Jeremy. It really is a win-win all around. You, me, Dad, and Jeremy all win. It's the perfect plan. Well, I'm not going to be marrying him for any of those reasons. I'm only going to marry him because I love him. I don't care about where our families are from, what Dad wants, what you want, none of it. Man, you really are a freak, do you know that? I just don't understand you, but whatever. If you want him, you can take him. I don't care at all. You're doing me a favor by taking my ugly husband away from me. I just hope that you two can make each other happy.
Hey, Lisa, are you there? I just wanted to say that it was really nice getting to meet your family tonight, okay? And thanks for making sure that I got home okay.
Oh, it's not at all. I was really wanting to get out of the house by the end of it all. So thank you for being such a good drinking partner. Actually, the thing is that I really did want to talk to you tonight, as I'm sure you were able to tell.
But I still can't believe that you said what you said to me tonight. But are you sure? I just don't know what to say.
Of course I'm sure about this, Jeremy. I mean, I remember when I first met you. There was just something about you.
I know you said that to me earlier at the bar. I'm sorry, but I really can't see what someone like you would even like about someone like me.
I just think that you're a really caring and thoughtful person. You're nothing like my parents or my sister. I don't know. I talk to you and I just feel at ease. It's like all the pressure of the world just melts off of me.
Lisa, I actually feel the exact same way. I hope that's okay to say.
Wait, you do? What do you mean? Are you saying that I make you feel the same way that you make me feel?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. I talk to you and it feels like I'm in a safe place where I'm not having to perform for my parents or friends or shareholders or anyone like that. And talking to your sister, well, no offense, but I really don't think she likes me at all. Anytime that we're alone together, she's just playing on her phone. I really do try and be approachable and talk to her and be a man that she's wanting to marry, but I think that, all I'm doing is just pushing her away. So this is all just a huge relief for me.
Oh, I see. I really am sorry for how horrible my sister can be at times. I just really don't know what to do with her at all.
No, it's okay. I knew from the start that this wedding was all about being controlled by our parents, so I'm not really that surprised that being married like this would repel Pearl. But it's not all that bad. After all, it's thanks to all this that you and I were able to meet. But I would have no idea the way you felt about me if you hadn't said anything. In fact, I was rather confused and angry with myself. After all, how could I be falling in love with my fiance's sister and still think of myself as a good person?
Well, don't be surprised if people talk about us because of this, you know.
No, I don't care what people say, as long as I can be with you. Then that's all I really want. But I guess that means that you and I have a big day tomorrow, huh?
Yes, finally, and I am very happy that the wedding was going to be small and for family only. I mean, I can't imagine the confusion this would cause if the wedding was really big. After all, who ever heard of the bride being switched out at the last second? But I guess according to Pearl, neither of my parents really care about which of us is marrying you.
Yeah, well, it was actually Pearl who said that she wanted to have a smaller, more intimate wedding with only family there. I was wondering if it was because she was embarrassed to be married to me.
Oh, Jeremy, you don't need to worry about my sister anymore. I doubt she'll even come tomorrow. Although if she did, I'm sure that it would be just to try and make fun of the two of us for going along with her plan.
You're right, nothing else matters now that I know you and I are gonna be able to be together. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then.
See you then, Jeremy. Sleep well. Hey there, sis. I just wanted to let you know that I arrived to your wedding. I knew that you two were ugly enough to be a perfect match. So you really did actually show up. I just don't know what to say. You really are horrible. Do you know that? Oh, come on. We're sisters. Did you really think that I wasn't going to be here for your big day? Besides, Mom and Dad said that they didn't care if I was here or not. But when I thought about how hilarious your ugly little wedding is going to be, I just knew that I had to be there. And I'm sure that's what the rest of the family is thinking. I don't get it. What is the matter with you and our parents? Why do you always have to act this way? I mean, I guess I know the answer to that. You all only care about this marriage for what you think it's going to do for our family. What other point even is there to this whole stupid sham of a wedding? It's all about our families. You two are just tools for the greater good. Do you understand? Whatever. I'm just glad that you're enough of a sap to marry this guy. It means that I'll never have to worry about being married to a loser like Jeremy. And just who is this other man that you've shown up with to my wedding, huh? Don't tell me you've already found a new boyfriend. Well, no duh. Did you think it was going to take long for me to get a new one? I mean, have you seen how I look? But he really is a looker, isn't he? If you really want to know, his name is Owen. So if anyone asks about me, I've been dating Owen this whole time and was never, ever with Jeremy. You really are just pathetic. Do you know that? You can't even have people knowing the truth about you dating Jeremy. That is really sad. Well, I don't care what you think, since Owen has graduated from one of the top schools in the country and works for one of the largest, most powerful companies in the country. He's still in his 20s and already makes $20 million a year. So in the end, it all works out for me. So is that all you care about for your wedding too? Just external things like money and fame, is that all you care about? Wait a second, don't tell me that you're jealous of me right now. You are! You're jealous that I brought this sexy rich man with me and you're stuck with Jeremy. You know, I've already introduced Owen to our parents and they are going to be huge fans of him. You mean you really brought your boyfriend to my wedding just so that you could introduce him to our parents? And why wouldn't I use your wedding to take care of this? After all, Owen is from a rich family and I'm sure that Mom and Dad would want to meet him. I really am sure that Mom and Dad are going to have no problems with him at all. This is going to be perfect. I don't believe this. My whole family is like this. How was I lucky enough to end up the only sane one out of all of you? You're calling yourself sane, and yet you're the one that's happy to be marrying a total loser like Jeremy. That's rich. But whatever. I hope the two of you make each other happy. I know Owen is going to make me very happy, not to mention rich. Hey, Lisa, what the heck is all of this about? I heard that you two were going to be cutting ties to your families? What the heck are you trying to pull right now? I'm not trying to pull anything at all. Jeremy and I just want nothing to do with any of you anymore. We're sick and tired of being treated like pawns in our parents' games. We're not going to let them control our lives any longer. But you can't do this. You can't just decide to do this by yourselves. Don't you realize that if you do this, Dad could lose the company? You know, Pearl, in a way, this is all your fault. If you had just married Jeremy instead, none of this would be happening. What kind of silly backwards logic is that? You really think that I'm going to buy that? You really seem to have a bad memory when it comes to the things that would make you look bad. But it doesn't really matter now. Jeremy and I have made up our minds, and we're not going to be manipulated by you all anymore. Don't you realize what you're doing? You're betraying your family. You're being a terrible daughter by doing this. You think I really care about the family that said that Jeremy and I belong together because we're so ugly? Because that's rich if you think I'd ever feel like I owe any kind of loyalty to them at all. You're just completely useless, do you know that? This was going to be the one good thing you ever did for us, and now you've gone and ruined it. Wait a second. What's going on? I just turned on the TV and... Why is Jeremy on it? Oh, yeah, well, that sounds about right. I mean, I told you that Jeremy always wanted to be an author ever since he was younger, right? Well, anyways, he wrote and published a book, and it's already a bestseller. So some news crews came over to have an interview. Hold on. You're telling me that Jeremy published his book and that it's a huge success? I know that he was working on one, but I didn't realize he'd finished. Well, I think it's just amazing, and I am so proud of my husband for what he's accomplished. So what? You think any of this matters? He'll probably just be a one-hit wonder. And besides, are you really saying you prefer him as a writer rather than tied into our business connections? Because if that's the case, then you really are both idiots. In fact, if I were you, I would leave him and go find a better man for yourself right away. Pearl, you need to stop this. I love Jeremy, and Jeremy loves me. And that's what makes us work so well together. Wow, I really just don't know what else to say except that you need to wake up to your being brainwashed. But whatever. I'm going to be happy with my husband, and that's all that really matters. Are you serious? You mean that you didn't message me right now because you wanted to ask for financial help? What in the world are you talking about? Why would Owen and I ever need to go to you two for help? Are you sure that you really want to talk about this? I mean, you do know that Owen is just a scammer, right? What is that supposed to mean? What are you even talking about? How dare you try and spread such lies? I'm just saying that his whole resume, the whole background that he gave you was a complete lie. He was just trying to make himself look good so that you would agree to marry him, but the truth is that he doesn't really have any money at all. So that's why I thought that you were only messaging me now because you were in desperate need of help. Oh, please, Lisa, I don't need you to tell me that Owen is nothing but a scam artist, but the fact of the matter is that he does have some money, and he's just so kind. Are you sure about that? Because I heard that he just took Dad's money and ran off with it, and now the family is really upset. It's okay, you can be honest with me. There's no need to lie about any of this. Are you trying to make fun of me? Is that what's going on? I mean, I don't really think I would need to try very hard if I was, but at this point, you're the one making a fool out of yourself. Whatever, laugh all you want. It's not going to make any of what you're saying more true. And even if Owen did run away with Dad's money, I would rather that happen than have to end up being married to someone as ugly as Jeremy. Well, okay then, but if that's really the case, then would you mind leaving me alone? I don't need you contacting me anymore. Fine then, this was a whole waste of time anyways, and I never should have tried talking to you in the first place. Hey, Lisa, I was just thinking, do you remember that one time that you were in second grade and I lent you some money? Excuse me? What in the world are you talking about, and why would I even remember something like that? Yeah, you said that you really wanted to buy some magazine or something like that while we were at the mall. And you said that Dad wasn't giving you any money, so that's why you came to me to ask for some so that you could buy it for yourself. Anyways, I think it's high time that you paid me back for that. Wow, you're too proud to ask for money, so you have to make up a silly story like this? I mean, I knew that you were prideful, but I didn't think that you'd try to call in some 20-year-old debt. Whatever, I know that you have some spare money lying around, don't you? After all, I heard that Jeremy's book is already being made into a movie. You have to have money. And if we did have money, what business of yours is any of that? Well, we're family, and I really need some of it, so please, can't you help me out? I mean, I am seriously flat broke right now. Not only that, but the rest of the family is saying that they want nothing to do with me at all, so there really is no one else I can turn to. So even though you said all those horrible things about Jeremy and treated him like he was beneath you, you still come to us for help? Look, I don't like this any more than you do. I thought that I'd be fine, but I'm not, and now I don't have any other option but to ask for your help. You really think that you can act all high and mighty like this just because you married rich? You didn't do anything to deserve the money you have right now. Except I already told you that I was never marrying Jeremy for the money. I only ever respected him as a good person. And besides, you know that I have a job and earn my own money. We both are there for each other and we both help each other out. Oh yeah, I'm sure that you bring in just as much as he does. You are just all talk, do you know that? It's so obvious that you're just into this for the money. You're just talking to me like this because you think that you have the upper hand and can look down on me. But you wouldn't be treating me like this if I hadn't given you Jeremy. Great, thanks for that. Is that all you have to say? Because I have better things to be spending my time on. Wait, no, please, you can't just go. I really need you to lend me some money right now, or else things are going to get really bad for me. You see, I thought that I'd be making a lot of money from marrying Owen, and so I quit my job. And I also may or may not have taken out a bunch of loans. Hold on a second. You're telling me that you quit your job and took out loans? What is the matter with you? Well, I thought that Owen was this huge millionaire, so I thought I could just take out some money now and have him pay it all back later. I only used it to go out and buy some bags and clothes that I wanted. Just stuff like that, you know. Okay, Pearl, how much money did you end up borrowing for all of this? Well, I don't have an exact number. But the last time I checked, it was already around the ballpark of $20,000. Wow. Just wow. I really don't even know what to say, but no, we're not going to be helping you out there. You figure this out yourself. I can't believe this. I'm your sister, and you're not even going to help me after I've come to you and explained how much trouble I'm in? Pearl, I'm sorry, but there is really nothing that would ever make me want to help you. But anyways, if this is all that you wanted to talk to me about, then I think we're done here. Hey there, Jeremy. Do you remember me? I'm Pearl, Lisa's sister.
No, of course I remember you, Pearl. What's going on?
Well, the thing is that now that I've spent time away from you, I think it's finally helped me realize that I really love you.
Excuse me? I don't know what to say to that.
Well, it's just that I guess I didn't realize what I really had until it was gone, you know? But now I know the truth, and I know that I need you.
But I don't understand. When your sister and I got married, you brought that other man with you.
No, it wasn't like that. I was just jealous, and I thought that bringing him might have made me feel better, but it didn't at all. I was being an idiot and finally realized that, and I just want you to know how sorry I am about it all.
I see. You know, I actually heard that Owen guy that you were with turned out to be a scammer, is that right?
It's true. He was so horrible, and I just had no idea at all. That's why I feel like now I have no choice but to come to you for help. Please, you have to know that I only have feelings for you. I want to be together with you.
Well, I understand your feelings, and I appreciate your honesty, but the fact of the matter is that I'm married to your sister Lisa, and she's the girl that I love.
But what about me? There was a time when you and I were together, don't you remember? You told me that I was beautiful, and I went to a good school and everything.
Yes, well, I did say that you are beautiful, but I was really only talking about the kind of person you were from the outside.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really care about appearances at all. As long as I love that person with all my heart, I really don't care about how they look or anything like that. So, yes, you are beautiful, but not in the way that I would ever want to be with. Besides, I know that you made fun of me for how I looked.
Hold on a second. Are you really telling me that you want to be with my sister more than you want to be with me? Don't you realize how much better I'll look on your arm than her? Just think about it. You've wanted to be an author ever since you were little, and now you finally achieved your dream. But imagine how good it would make you look to have a pretty and well-educated wife with you.
Pearl, you know you're more than just some arm candy for another man to use, right? You should have more confidence in yourself.
What in the world are you talking about? I'm bragging about how much better I am than my sister. Doesn't that show that I have confidence?
I just mean that maybe you should try and have more confidence in your personality as well as your looks and whatever school you went to. Also, you should know that I've already heard from Lisa about how you reached out to her to ask for money, so I'm afraid that I can't really give you any help there.
I knew it. I knew I was right about this whole time. You're nothing but a horrible, ugly, lame loser. There. How did that feel? I bet you're absolutely crushed now.
Pearl, please, I think that this is all just a little ridiculous, don't you? I mean, what is the point of acting this way towards me? What do you think is gonna accomplish, huh?
I knew that I should never, ever come and ask for help from you two like this. That was my only mistake here. I should have known that losers like you would turn on someone like me the second you thought you had a little leverage. But whatever. I guess I should have expected this from the two of you. After all, a couple of fat, ugly losers like you would make a perfect match, and now you have. Pearl, are you there? What were you thinking? Why in the world would you try to break into our house? I mean, you realize this is going to follow you around forever on your permanent record, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter at all anymore. You can say whatever you want to me now. My life is over anyways. I had to take out more loans to pay off my old loans. Not only that, but Dad's company is on its final legs. Everything is coming apart around us. I can't believe that it's all finally come to this. Well, first of all, Jeremy and I already agreed that we want nothing to do with our family's respective businesses and that we weren't going to be their pawns. But, given that both of our families were hoping to count on one another to help out their businesses, I'm not surprised to hear about what's happening to Dad's company. But I still just don't understand how you can still act so selfishly. I mean, you marry rich, run off with your husband, and refuse to lift a finger to help your family. I guess I just thought that you'd be a little more understanding of someone in a position like what I'm dealing with now, but I guess that you two only care about yourselves. You know that it's more complicated than that. Besides, our families didn't even care about Jeremy and I as people. You said yourself that Dad didn't care which of us married him, just so long as it was one of us. And besides, none of this excuses you breaking into my house like some kind of thief in the night. But the police will be here soon, so you might want to think about what you'll tell them. But, wait, what do you mean? You really called the cops on me? How could you do this? Don't you think that I've been through enough already? Been through enough? I think that everything that has happened to you up to this point has been your fault. I don't get why you think that you can act like this and not be punished for it, but I'm sorry, I can't let this go. You've done enough to Jeremy and I already, and this has gone far enough.
Well, that was a complete freaking mess to say the least.
Ugh, yeah, I know. I'm just seriously over my sister. She has taken this whole thing way too far, and I'm not going to stand for it. But I'm just so happy that you and I are finally going to be moving out of this town so we don't have to deal with this ever again. But I just want you to know how sorry I am for all of this. I really never wanted anything like this to happen, especially not to you.
Oh, come on, you know that there's nothing to apologize for. Besides, if I never met your sister, then I would never have met you, so I don't regret a thing.
You're right, it hasn't been easy, but I'm glad that we've been together through this.
By the way, you should know that my father officially told me that he didn't want me to have any part in the family business. He said that if I wasn't going to take over the business, then I wouldn't get anything from it either. So I guess that now we're finally in the same boat when it comes to us having finally cut off our families entirely.
But the only reason our parents ever wanted us to get married in the first place was because they thought it would help their companies. I'm sure it wasn't easy to hear that from your dad, but I'm just glad that they also know that they can't treat us like they're puppets.
You're right about that. I wish things weren't quite this bad, but our parents can't be allowed to treat us like that. As for your sister, well, I guess we don't really have to worry about her either.
As long as I'm with you, I don't need anyone else from my family. They've caused me so much pain that I thought no one would ever be able to understand until I met you. After that, the police arrived and dragged my sister away for breaking and entering and destruction of property. She ended up being charged a huge fine for all of that. For Pearl, that meant she was forced to take out more loans in order to pay her legal fees. She had lost her family, 2 potential suitors, her sister, and now she really was neck deep in debt. I have no idea what she's going to do to get herself out of this mess. I heard that my dad's business wasn't able to stay open and was only able to keep operating for a few months after Pearl was arrested. Without the connections to Jeremy's family, they lost the one lifeline they thought could save them. As for Jeremy's family, their company was much larger than mine. But I heard that the cousin who ended up taking over has been embroiled in several huge scandals and that the company has been struggling. As for Jeremy and I, we moved out of this town and have been enjoying our new lives away from the people who tried to manipulate us in the first place. Jeremy is still writing and I'm working. We do all that we can to help each other and I couldn't be happier. Of course, I wish that things had gone better with our families, but I'm just grateful that we were able to find each other and be our islands in the stormy sea of our lives. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, you got to be pregnant, right? Tell me if you're pregnant.
Wait, why? Why are you suddenly asking me if I'm pregnant?
Well, come on. I haven't seen you in a long time, and boom, your stomach is huge. I know you're pregnant. Don't try to hide it from me. Either that, or you just ate a whole lot of carbs, and it's not Thanksgiving. Which is it?
I'm pregnant. Are you happy now?
What? You're joking, right? You know how old you are, Auntie? You're like dinosaur age.
Does that really matter at all?
I think you're actually like 42 in human years. You're so old, and yet you're pregnant? Oh my God, I will be so embarrassed. I'm definitely grossed out by the fact that you're pregnant.
What?
I mean, I totally get that you guys got married a little later, right? So everything is a little delayed and whatnot. Are you just trying to play keep up because you finally got him married? All the people around you already have a family, so you feel like you need to hurry up too. You wouldn't bring that kind of crap into our family, you know, just because you want to feel like everyone else.
Do you realize what you're saying right now, kid? This is not okay. You need to calm down and think before you speak.
Of course I know what I'm saying. Why would you think otherwise? I'm already 21, lady. It's amazing if you think about it. Your little brother's son is already 21 years old. Talk about getting ahead of you, huh? You've really fallen behind. And yet, here you are, literally ancient, and now you're pregnant. You gotta be joking, right?
Are you done? You're really starting to get under my skin, and I'm not appreciating your snarky little comments. If there's something that you want to tell me, then why don't you just tell me?
Nope. The person that's getting under my skin is you, old hag. Why the hell are you taking my thunder? You need to cut your shit out. Do you understand me? I don't want to be mean anymore. You're right. But let me just say that you really should consider aborting the baby. Ha ha ha! Not only are you always just an old hag, you're always all quiet and never fun to be around. You're definitely annoying. You really think that kind of woman is going to be a nice mother? Yeah, good luck figuring that out.
What exactly do you not like about me, Brian? I need you to explain what's going on without insulting me. You're always insulting me that I'm the odd one out, that I'm ugly or fat, whatever.
Oh, it's really not like anything in particular, you know. I'm just not a fan of you. Every aspect of your personality just pisses me off. So that's enough for me to hate you.
Wait, hang on. Are you still dragging on the fact that I got mad and chewed you out when you were young? Please tell me that's not where this is going. I remember when you were exercising in the parking lot. Do you remember that it was in a private parking lot too? You remember how you hit someone else's car with a ball? I remember that too. You were a little young. And then I scolded you because you were in the wrong. And after that, you've just been treating me like a thorn in your side. Is that why you're still dragging this on?
I don't have any kind of reason to despise you. And frankly, I don't need a reason to hate you. I just hate old hags.
I'm literally the same age as your mother, though. What do you think about that, Brian?
My mother is old, and yes, she is the same age as you. But you know what else? She has a perfect 21-year-old son, too. That perfect son was able to go to a perfect college because his grades were so top of the class. He even had the whole thing paid for. He's now got a job offer from the highest corporate job that Wall Street has to offer, and his future is incredibly bright. You, on the other hand, have nothing. No children, no family, no education, nothing. You're just some old bitch with nothing in her name, except apparently you're able to get knocked up. Do you understand what I'm saying, Haley?
Oh, I see.
If you understand what I'm saying, go home. Get the hell out of here. No one likes you being here. It's literally just bringing everyone's mood down. You're just a drag, and we all want to be gone.
I just came here a second ago. I'm not going home yet, especially since it's been a while since I've seen my family. This is also my parents' house, so I'm going to be relaxing here as I have every right to do so. You were not able to tell me otherwise. Do you understand?
That little old bitch. Whatever. You're going to regret this later. Just you watch. Hey, Haley, can I ask you something? Did something happen between you and Brian? You can tell me if something did happen.
What do you mean? Did something happen?
Well, I mean, come on. Even the most socially awkward and antisocial shut-in can tell that you two are absolutely hating every second of being around each other. Brian is usually so upbeat and bright, but he's just been glaring at you without saying a single word this whole time. It's almost like something out of a horror movie.
I have an idea, genius. Why don't you go ahead and ask him? It seems like he's got it out for me. I definitely don't have anything against him. It's not like I'm the one glaring at him.
He's got it down for you. I don't believe it. Brian isn't that kind of child. He's always so positive and nice. You must have done something, right? He's always someone to face a problem and solve the problems himself. I've never seen him just run away from an issue at all. I've absolutely never seen him look at a relative the way he looks at you and just glare for literally hours on end like that.
I don't know how you see your own son, but let me tell you something, Franklin. He's not young anymore, and he is definitely able to say some pretty terrible things. I think that Brian is pretty dark and sadistic. He's missing every kind bone in his body. I guarantee you that he's been acting a fool in college too. There's no way that he's this bundle of sunshine like you make him out to be.
Come on, Haley, you've got to talk to me. Explain what has happened because right now I haven't heard anything from either one of you.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll send you some screenshots of the text messages he's been sending me. Maybe then you'll tell me how much of a pleasure he is. I'll be surprised if you think he's still wonderful and amazing after seeing those texts.
Okay, send them. Wait, hang on. You've made these up or something, right? They're not real. You're telling me that my son sent these text messages to you? This has to be some kind of mistake, right?
Yeah, you know me, Franklin. I just love to frame my own nephew for things he's never done. Be real with me for a second. I don't want to do this either, but this is the truth. And just so you know, this isn't the only time that he's talked to me like this. He's been keeping this kind of thing up since that day I chewed him out in the parking lot when he was young.
Why didn't you just tell me about it? I would have been fine with talking to him about it and maybe trying to work something out.
I know how much you love your son, and I figured you wouldn't spend a second of your day listening to me complain about your own son. Besides, I only ever met up with him once or twice a year. It really wasn't that big of a deal for me to just suck it up and deal with it. But if I did tell you, it would have just been blown out of proportion and I just couldn't be bothered.
But, Brian, he's been such a great kid. I'm so terribly sorry, Haley. I wish I could take all of this back. I didn't know how two-faced he was, and that is entirely on me. It's my responsibility, and I should have noticed. I'm so sorry for causing you this much emotional damage.
I didn't realize that not only would you listen to me, that you'd even apologize for your own son's actions. This is not the reaction I was expecting. Hang on just a second. Did you have something that didn't really surprise you? Did something else happen?
Well, to be honest with you, sometimes he's been a little violent. He has these little bursts of rage, and no one seems to be able to calm him down. It's over these little things, but he would just start getting really pissed off and take it out on things around him, and wouldn't think twice about talking bad about people around him. He was young, you know. I figured that it was a pretty normal thing to do with kids around his age, but I didn't realize the extent of his behavior.
I see. I really should have told you sooner about all of this behavior too. Maybe then you would have reacted and tried to correct his actions. I really thought that you wouldn't hear me out at all, so everything I said would have fallen on deaf ears.
I've been thinking about all of this recently too. I was wondering if I really did what was in Brian's best interest growing up. I've been questioning a lot of how I raised him, you know? I really do think there's no singular correct way to educate him, but I really do feel like maybe I was spoiling him a little too much, and that I was just too lenient on him. But I just believed that Brian would grow into a great kid. But then I had to see your screenshots to really believe that this would happen.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't seem to be the case with Brian. Anyway, hopefully you'll be able to talk some sense into him, because I'm not going to deal with this any further. Thank you for listening to me, Franklin.
Yeah, you got it. I'll handle this on my end, too. You're totally exaggerating, right? You didn't actually need to go to the hospital and stay there for a while, right? So what happened? What did the test results say for your sorry ass? That you're lame and old?
They said that the child is gone and that I won't be able to have this baby. The main cause for my miscarriage was due to the physical trauma from you shoving me off the stairs.
Oh, I see. Then you should totally just ignore the shitty baby anyway. What a massive baby of a baby. I'm so funny sometimes. Just so you know, it's all your fault. I didn't do anything that I didn't warn you about. You should have been more careful. You really should have listened and heeded my warnings. Instead, you ignored me and decided to stick around like some kind of idiot.
Okay.
What the hell is your problem, lady? You're really just trying to shrug me off, huh? You're some stupid old lady who loses her balance and falls down a flight of stairs. All because I kicked you from behind. You realize how clumsy you have to be to fall over and lose your balance just because you were kicked? Honestly, it's all pretty self-explanatory. Besides, you totally didn't deserve to get pregnant anyway. It's disgusting. Learn your place, you old lady.
You are actually truly rotten inside. I'm impressed by how terrible of a person you are. You disgust me.
You're the rotten one, old lady. Seriously, now there's even a dead, rotting baby in you. You should be way more ashamed that you're getting pregnant when you're literally on the verge of being a fossil in like half a year. You really should be thanking me if you successfully had a miscarriage thanks to me dropkicking you. I should be winning Nephew of the Year awards for cleansing you.
I'm never going to forgive you. You will pay for this.
Oh, I'm scared.
My lawyer will be reaching out to you soon, so be sure to answer him. He won't stop calling and he won't stop trying to get in touch with you, so don't ignore him.
What do you mean, lawyer?
I'm going to sue you in civil court. I'm going to charge you criminally. I've already filed all of my charges against you. You will for sure be charged with assault and battery, along with potentially attempted murder. You're definitely going to be charged criminally.
What? Sued? Filed charges? What are you talking about? This is just a little civil dispute between relatives. There's no way that the police and lawyers will be able to do anything to me.
Honestly, it makes sense now why you'd be able to do such a thing. I don't think anyone with half a brain cell and the smallest understanding of how society works could have done what you did. You just keep pretending like nothing is ever going to get to you. Just wait till the police are knocking on your door.
You're the one that doesn't have any understanding of how society works. We're literally relatives, and I'm your nephew. The police wouldn't take you seriously anyway. Good luck suing me, you dumb old hag.
Like I said earlier, you just keep pretending like you didn't just murder my child. It doesn't change a single thing. You do your best to pay for your crimes in prison. Do you hear me? I am never going to forgive you, even if society deems you have paid off its debt.
Pay off debt to society? Seriously? You're talking nonsense. I can tell you're trying your hardest to blow things out of proportion. But let me tell you something, Haley. A real lesson in how the world works. I don't think a single thing is going to come out of this whole thing. No one is going to do anything.
I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better and let you know what justice tastes like before the police get there. Why don't you go ahead and check your social media?
What?
I think if you search something like drop-kicked pregnant, you'll find everything I want you to see.
Wait, what? Hang on just a second. Is this me? Why am I everywhere?
Yeah, the video where you literally drop-kicked me when I'm 6 months pregnant. It's all over the place now. I think that it's not really surprising, but it's all over the place. Everyone is getting ready to cancel you.
But why? I'm the one that recorded the whole thing in the first place. You shouldn't have the video. Why is it up all over the internet? You better start explaining, Haley, or I'm gonna lose my mind.
You know how you sync your phone and your PC? Let me change that. I know how you sync your phone and your PC. They share the same data. So any photos and videos that you take while using your phone are immediately uploaded and transferred over to your PC that's in your room. I spoke to your father about this whole thing. I asked him to help me out with the criminal responsible for all of this. I have a suggestion though, idiot. How about you actually add a password to your computer?
What? You better be ready for what's coming next. How dare you go into my PC?
And God, I love being young, huh? It doesn't really need explaining for you to understand what's going on as far as this video circulates around the internet. I don't really think this is the kind of video you want to blow up either. So how do you feel about being super popular on the internet? Oh wait, I meant what does it feel like to be served justice? Mind you, this is only a taste of what's to come next.
What on earth is going on? How do they have my face and my name too? Did you do this?
Oh, you know. I just used your friends and acquaintances to spread all of your information. They did the rest. They were actually all really cooperative about the whole thing. I don't think a single one of your friends said that I shouldn't be doing this. Apparently, you're really despised by your friends.
Damn it! I paid for their stuff so many times. How could they just abandon me like that?
You're just some rich kid that paid for their food. That's all you were to them. You weren't their friend. You were just an ATM, a walking food delivery truck. And I just had a thought. You're not going to be able to work anymore, huh? They're definitely going to take back their job offer now. Think about it. You might even be expelled from college. They might just throw you out completely. Then you won't have anything. So let me ask you, what does it feel like to lose literally everything?
How dare you do this to me? You just wait and see. I'm gonna talk to my father about this. We'll see what he does. You have no idea what he's capable of and how much he loves me. I'm sure that he will make all of this just disappear.
Oh, you're talking about Franklin. Franklin said that he was going to completely cut ties with you. You really thought that he'd be on your side for this, huh?
What?
I told him that if he didn't just abandon you, then I would reveal his name as someone who was going to protect a child murderer. It didn't take him long to make a decision. I made it sound like I really forced his hand, but he was pretty taken aback by his own son's true self too. So I wouldn't have been surprised if he just ignored you anyway. If anything, I just gave him a good excuse to kick you out of the family and completely abandon you as a child.
What do you mean abandon? What the hell? I'm literally my father's son. He can't just abandon me like that. We're family though.
Yes, Franklin is your father, but at the same time, your father is my younger brother. Do you understand? He is seriously regretful of how much he's just let you do whatever you want. He knows that he spoiled you way too much. He had a kid when he was really young, so I'm sure he made quite a few mistakes raising you. I don't blame him, but you are definitely a mistake that he has to pay for.
That's why you're gonna say that you're so special because you're all old.
What? Still trying to do something else to me? We'll see how things go, huh? The police should be on their way any minute now.
Let me just set the record straight. It takes me one swing and you're lights out on the ground. You understand me? One hit and you're gone. You better be thankful for me that you're even alive and breathing right now.
Wait, are you serious right now? You sound like some shitty villain from a terrible movie. You're a pretty textbook definition of a loser. You wear baggy clothes and chains like you never grew out of your middle school days. You might be able to study and work hard in your books, and you might even look like you're a straight-edge person, but let's face the facts. You can see the loser just peeking out behind the facade that you put up, and it's really just useless. Everyone can see that you're a loser. Stop trying to pretend you're such a badass.
Huh?
You talk all this mad shit, and yet this supposed big man targets a pregnant woman. I don't see you fighting any professional MMA fighters. If you were able to be at least a little bit objective in how you look, and how horrible your taste is in fashion, none of this probably would have happened. So I'm not sure why I'm telling you any of this at all.
I'm done. You pushed me over the edge. This is all your fault. Do you understand me? This is all you. You better be ready. I hope you have some bulletproof vest. He says you're at the hospital right now.
Oh, you're going to come by the hospital right now to check up on how I'm doing. Oh my god, you're such a sweetheart. I'll be waiting in my bed, hooked up to my IVs. Hey, how are you doing? And I hope you're doing all right. I know you took quite a nasty fall on the stairs yesterday, right? I heard you all the way from my bed.
Ugh.
You screwed up your leg, didn't you? Pretty sure I saw your ankle twist in a way it shouldn't. But, I mean, it's all your fault. Yeah, you just tried to dropkick me again. Literally, a second time after I just told you that you're going to be charged and arrested. I'm not a complete idiot though. You know what they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It was pretty easy for me to dodge your kick. Not only did you miss your kick, you literally jumped off the top flight of stairs and tumbled all the way down. Seriously, how much of a loser can you be?
Yeah, you're the reason that my life is completely screwed up now. The doctors have told me that they're not sure if my leg will be moving anymore. They say that I have a pretty bad nerve injury in my upper spine. Apparently, I might not even be able to walk for the rest of my life. I could literally be stuck in a wheelchair.
I'm seriously still trying to understand the mental gymnastics you had to do to somehow blame that on me, when you're the one that jumped off the top of the stairs.
It's your fault. It's all your fault that you initially embarrassed me anyway. If you hadn't embarrassed me, then this whole thing would have never happened.
I knew it. You were definitely holding a grudge against me for that one time I scolded you in the parking lot. You were lifting and exercising in the parking lot because you were trying to show off to girls, right? I totally remember every single part of that day. And yet all they saw was some loser getting yelled at and scolded by an adult. You must have been so incredibly embarrassed, huh?
If you're gonna scold me, you should have at least scolded me somewhere where people weren't looking. Then I wouldn't have cared so much. But you didn't, and now, because of that,
You're telling me that this whole thing has been over one stupid little thing that happened over a decade ago? A life was lost because of that.
what?
You murdered my child in cold blood because you were so upset that I scolded you when you were a child. That's what you call an equal response? You realize how difficult it is to get naturally pregnant in my 40s? Let me tell you, it's really freaking hard. And yet I was blessed with a child and you murdered it.
Okay, yeah, maybe I took it a little too far. Only a little bit though. I didn't get carried away.
I've lost all hope to stay on this planet because of you. I don't want to be alive anymore. Do you understand? You've stolen the reason I want to be alive. My husband barely even talks anymore because he lost his child. You know how difficult this whole thing must be for him, right? You're not even really blood related to him. You're just some random man that murdered his child. I don't know how to keep living like this while having this huge burden looming over us like some terrible, shitty cloud. I don't know how I can wake up tomorrow morning and pretend like everything is okay, because it isn't.
Hey, so, would it be alright if I just apologize to you? I need to apologize to you. I understand now how terrible of an atrocity I have committed. I really can't move from my bed right now, though. But I want you to let me apologize to you. I want to apologize to you right away.
I don't want to listen to you apologize when you're just doing it to clear your guilty conscience. You can carry that with you to the grave.
No, that's not why I want to apologize to you. I just really feel like I understand the extent of damage that I've caused to everyone involved in all this. Please let me apologize to you. I'm not messing around anymore. I'm being dead serious.
Absolutely not. You are never going to apologize to me. And I'm never going to accept any form of apology you manage to spit out. Brian's actions did not go unpunished. He was arrested and charged with several counts of aggravated assault and attempted murder. The police showed no leniency towards him. He was sentenced to prison in order to pay a large amount of money to me and my family for the damages he caused. He is now locked up in one of the worst prisons in the state, where he faces constant danger and violence from other inmates. His legs are also permanently damaged. The prison doctors told him that he would never walk again, that he would suffer from chronic pain for the rest of his life. He now spends his days in a wheelchair, unable to escape his misery. He won't be in prison for life, but he will be there for a long time. And when he gets out, he will have nothing and no one to welcome him back. His family has disowned him, his friends have abandoned him, and his reputation has been ruined. The internet has exposed him and his crimes to the world, and he has become a target of hate and ridicule. His name will forever be associated with shame and disgrace. I doubt that he will ever find happiness or peace again, which is still not enough punishment in my opinion. But I don't want to dwell on revenge or hatred. The hole that he left in our hearts will not be filled by his suffering. But I am glad to know that the law is fair and justice has been served. I now live with my husband in a secluded place, where we hope to heal from this trauma. We are both working hard every day to rebuild our family and our future together.